Hello everybody, guys, gamers, Unity developers. I'm Haston Shift, and for a very long time I was planning to do a series of Unity videos to help and improve other people's knowledge in Unity. So here I am, starting in January 2017. If you enjoy my content, follow me on this YouTube channel. Gonna be fun. Hopefully you will learn lots of stuff from me. My channel mostly gonna be focusing on developers who are already building things and find me resourceful with many different aspects, solutions, interesting ideas, part codes, pretty much random things for both 2D and 3D games. But I have to say that my topics and explanations won't be exactly for beginners in Unity, so most of the time I'll assume that the audience knows the basic and the interface of how to use Unity 3D and so on. And if you don't, you can always go to the Unity official website unity3d.com/learn/tutorials and start from scratch. Alright, so let's jump to my first tutorial. It's going to be about flying camera and some menu. So basically we want to have a camera that's going to fly from position to position based upon activation on some menu button and calling function. For that purpose, I'm gonna create kind of a mini solar system as an example, and later on we're gonna do a little scripting together with UI elements. Alright, so let's create a new Unity 3D project. So as you see, I've already set up some things. I've saved default scene. I always do that, and in the hierarchy you're seeing the two default things, which is a directional light, and we're gonna change this light to be a point light with a radius of 100. Alright, so it's kind of big enough for this project. And the camera, we're gonna rename that camera, the default camera, into our flying camera. Alright, and because it is a solar system, a galaxy, a universe, we're gonna set up the whole background of this scene to be black. So for that purpose, we're gonna edit some things in the camera, setting up this to be solid color, black color. But notice that the skybox is still around, so you wanna go to lighting tab. If you don't know where is the lighting tab, you can always go to window tab here, and here it is. So here in the skybox you're gonna set this to none, and as you see, the background turned black. Alright, so the first thing of the solar system, it's the sun. So for that purpose, I've already downloaded from Google some random images of planets, kind of whatever works for you, and we're gonna create a new sphere, basic sphere. Here it is, and because it's the sun, we're kind of gonna set this up to the size of 10 in all directions. Here it is, and also we're gonna position at 0, 0, 0, kind of at center of the world. All right, and also I don't want this camera rotation to be 50 degree and 30 degree. It's gonna be absolute 0, 0, 0. Okay, we are done. Let's rename this sphere into our sun, which is gonna be named Young Star. Alright, So I've set it up a new material for that. Kinda gonna delete this and show you all over again. So we're gonna create a new material, young star matte. Alright, and we're gonna change the shader into FX flare. Alright, you're gonna see in a minute, in a second, why is this. And it wants a texture, so we're gonna select the texture. There it is, and we're just gonna apply the material to the books. And as you see, this is a nice young star. Alright, but the young star won't do nothing by itself, so we kinda need to rotate things around. Alright, so for that purpose, click the sun, the young star, and we're gonna add a new component, a new script called planet rotation. Alright, and immediately it jumps us on the Visual Studio. I had opened that previously. Alright, so let's double click on the script, and we're gonna basically do 2 lines of codes here, just a simple rotation. First things is the public for the inspector float variable. We're gonna name it a rot speed, and this is gonna be the rotation speed of every object in this project, and set it up to default value of 0.1. I've tested this. This works fine, but I think we're gonna move it with faster rotation. Okay, and so we wanna rotate the sun on one axis, and it's going to be on this green epsilon axis, so around it. And Unity has a nice function, a local function of the transform. It's called transform dot rotate, and this is a basic function to rotate an object around his own axis. And the first parameter the function wants is the transform dot up. So this is the epsilon positive axis. As you see, we are choosing this axis. Alright, this is the axis we want to rotate the sun, and then it looks for a rotation speed, an angle, alright, which is a basic float. So we have that, and the last thing we want to do is tell the sun to rotate itself around a world absolute coordinates. Alright, if you type a space dot self, this later on you will see that the planet's gonna inherit the sun rotation speed and gonna mess up many things. So the best thing, everybody rotates on its own axis. Alright, so that's it. Let's see what we have done so far. Here it is. So I think we're gonna speed up this to kinda 3.5 angles per second. Alright, so let's click play, and as you see, it rotates around the epsilon axis. Alright, so that's about the sun. Alright, so let's just unzoom this to have a bigger picture of the camera. Okay, well, this is nice. And I didn't set before, but all my scripts are gonna be written in C# programming languages. And sorry for previously when I set angles per second, what I mean was degree per second. Right, so the next thing we want to create is the planets. There's gonna be 4 planets with these textures on them. So the short way is we already made up one object with its script. We saw it was functioning, so we're just gonna duplicate the young star, and we are gonna move a bit. Okay, and we are gonna create an empty object, and we're gonna parent that empty object in the young star, and also the planet in this empty object. All right, so notice that I'm sorry, just one more undo parenting. This game object rescaled to 0.1. We need to immediately do this to 111, and then parent our planet. Alright, so and we're gonna just reset the location. No, not like that. Just gonna initially 0 0 0 1 1. Alright, that's it. We have our planet. Just gonna 0 0 and 0. And this empty game object is actually the camera point view, and each planet gonna have one for its own. Alright, so the first planet, we're gonna name it to Goldilocks, because eventually it's gonna be live there. Right, and so we need to on the planet select. Now we don't need this FX flare, it's just gonna be a standard one. Oops, we need first to apply the new texture for Goldilocks, then select the planet and press standard. Alright, we see that we have some effects. Just for a moment, I'm gonna rename this to point light and this to 200. Alright, so we have one set of one planet. So what the flying camera is gonna do, we currently don't have the script yet, is that the camera is always gonna look at for a camera point view object, and it's gonna try to follow it permanently. So whatever planet we choose to observe, the flying camera's job is to always stalk a planet to be shown in the scene, whether it's gonna be on a random button calling a random planet, or a specific one which with each button respectively for each planet. So the next planets, where I'm just gonna copy them from the first one, but first we need to offset the planet. I'm sorry, this is Okay, we don't just a moment. We need to first rotate a bit, like 45 degree on epsilon, and then just push back a little, as you can see on the scene. And so the camera, we said it's gonna follow this object, and remember where the Z positive axis is the nose of the camera. It's gonna show everything on its nose. It's gonna be following the same blue axis on the camera point view object, this transform here. So this and this blue Z axis, it's already aiming at the planet, so it's gonna see the planet. Alright, so let's just duplicate and move with next planets. So this is camera point view 2, and this planet is called Kepler case 77, for example. So this is this planet, kind of a sandy planet. Alright, so this one let's make it to minus to minus 45 degree. Okay, and it's still watching it, but this time I'm gonna just make it a little bit more of a distance, more distance from the camera point view 2. Alright, so the next one would be here, I think. Point view 3, and this is gonna be kind of a planet with lava, so I name it a lava land. Apply the new texture. It's a nice looking one. Okay, so where does this aim? Okay, here. But we just gonna move it a bit. Alright, here. And the last planet on camera point view 4. This planet, it's gonna be called Spinea, because obviously it's gonna rotate much more faster, like 10 degree per second. And it's gonna be somewhere here. And apply the new texture. Press to local to see the local axis of the transforms. Let's see. Alright, and I'm just gonna do a little custom on each one. So this let's see the tack on these point views. Okay, so to see where they are, and the Goldilocks, it's gonna be a small planet, 0.3, resize in all direction, okay, and rotation speed of 6. Camera point view 2, let's set the tag of yellow, and Kepler is gonna be 0.5, like half size of the sun. Camera point 3 is the red one, and this is gonna rotate very slow in comparison with others, and the size of this is gonna be 0.6. I'm just randomly choosing this, it can be anything. Alright, and camera point 4, it's gonna have the blue one, and Spinea, or we said that it's the fastest rotating planet, and it's like, let's do it like it's a Jupiter, so it's gonna be 0.8 of the size of the sun. For example, it's not really realistic, this is just for a just an example. Alright, so if we press play, everything should rotate around our young star as it is. It's a nice layout. Okay, we are good so far. Okay, the next thing is the user interface. For that purpose, we're gonna create a new canvas, and it's going to be a screen space overlay canvas. Alright, it's kinda big in the scene, but the overlay canvas always resize and is always on the top on every scene. Absolutely. Okay, so just you're gonna press a pixel perfect for better picture outcome, and the user interface scale mode, we're gonna set it to scale with screen size. So no matter what screen size you have on your monitor, it's always this render mode is gonna scale to the full screen of your wanted size. Alright, so as we need here 4 buttons, actually 5. So a little bit of customing things, like the text, it's going to be red, it's gonna be of size of 20. The button, it's going to be dark red. Alright, let's just resize it. we're gonna set this to pick random planet. Okay. And so what's the deal with the buttons here? So on their script there is on-click event. So this on-click event is actually a delegate, and a delegate always wants a function as an input parameter, as you see here, as it's a no function, and it wants a runtime object which have a script with functions. So what we wanna add here is the where it is, the flying camera, this one, or you can drag and drop and put it here. But we still don't have our script, the main script of the project, so we'll just for the moment leave it as is, and we're just gonna duplicate these buttons and this is gonna be Goldilocks, the green one. This text should be white. Okay, the Goldilocks. Then duplicate again, and this is a Kepler case 77, which is yellow, the planet 2, and now fastly select them all and move it a bit up to have space for the other two. Again duplicate, rename to Lavaland, and this is the red planet, the rocky planet, and finally the biggest planet, Spinia, which is kind of blue one. And we forgot to offset it. Okay, so we have 4 buttons, and each one it's gonna call a function where it wants a transform in that function to set a new mount, a new transform to follow, new point view for the flying camera. And we're gonna add one more thing. It's going to be a text component, a text rect transform, and it's just gonna say planet. Alright, where it is, it's should be with the size of 24. Okay, here it is. It's gonna be full white. Alright, and this planet text, this text object is gonna follow a planet about his, well, depends how we're gonna set it. Like for example, if we have the sun here, this text is always gonna show on the planet we are observing, and it's gonna say her name. If it's gonna be Goldilocks, it's gonna be here. It's gonna be Goldilocks. If it's gonna be Lavaland, Lavaland, and so on. Alright, so that's for the user interface setup. Now we're gonna jump. We're gonna create the flying camera script, the main one, and then we're gonna reference these buttons and texts to dynamically show and react upon what we choose. Alright, so add a new script called fly cam. Double click it. So here we are, a new script